Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is not the share. This is just a story. Um, the story's like this. We were on an Ace trip. It was in Costa Rica, and they rented because it was a big trip. A lot of students, co-ed, boys, girls. But we keep it. We do it LP. Kedusha Vitara, like when we go on trips, we have two different. In Israel, we always have two different hotels for the guys and the girls, and like whatever, different. Everything's separate, except the actual trips.
Does it stay kosher usually?
On the trip, usually, yeah, it's not perfect. I have a few
Stories?
whatever. In the beginning, I didn't know how sensitive these kids are. So like, there was one story where the kids. Got a little too close to a kid. So when he was like the cool kid on the trip, he was a rapper, like he rapped. So at the end of the trip, I always challenged them those days to like rap battles. So I can't mamish freestyle like very sharp, But if you give me a few minutes to gather my thoughts, I come up with amazing material. So that's what we did. We both wasn't literal freestyling, but it's worth it to spend the 2 minutes. It's not as cool as freestyling, but you get real chaymer. And I ripped everyone on the trip, and this guy, like I said, something about him and the story that happened, and she ran out of the room crying. It was like a bad move, and everybody, it wasn't the line, it was at the reaction of the whole crowd. Like the whole crowd went crazy. Like it was a bad move.
Right, so she never became from. How many people became from because of that line?
No, it could be she does. Also, you never know. A lot of times those things come from. They realize how shameful they felt, how ashamed they felt.
That showed her she had Jewish guilt.
But it was a bad move. Like you assume that everyone's cool because they all put on this cool front. Really, under the little front, they're all a little bunch of little softies. And if you did it in yeshiva, we have thicker skin. I think even the soft kids have. Even they're upset. They're not running out of the room crying. Whatever it is, and this guy left, and he had to go console her. It was way too much drama. So since then, I learned that you can't call out kids. You can call them all out together. You make fun of the whole group, but you can't make fun of Yechid.
You worked in Aish?
I worked for Aish.
Only trips or like even in?
No, the whole year.
Freelancer.
I was their national lecturer. That was my position. They sent me every day to a different city to give shiurim. That's what I did. Traveled
You
around.
flew or
Mostly. I would say half and half.
So not
Spirit
just
back
in
then
Israel.
too?
What?
Not just in Israel.
No, this was. We only went to Israel during breaks. The whole year was all over the U.S. or Europe, or the world. I mean, I've been to not as many countries as him, but I've been to the good ones. Costa Rica a few times, India, South Africa, every country in Europe, all for Aish.
You're the
Chile,
You're the
Panama.
international
Like I've been to a lot of
Nice ones.
countries.
You guys
Yeah.
been to all
I
those?
think that is a good job.
Chile?
What?
Oh, nice
Good
Chile.
job.
You
Did
did
a good
it?
word
You
for
been
him.
to India?
I hated
Yeah.
India.
What?
I
Chile?
hated
you
India.
Yeah,
You liked it?
we did a
It
long trip.
smells
We
terrible.
flew even in India. We did the whole India. We did
Nice Chile you did?
Yeah.
Jeez. Guys went everywhere.
Spain, Gibraltar,
Europe doesn't
Ireland.
count.
No, I never did Ireland.
Ireland.
Is
Not
it
Not
like
yet.
super anti-Semitic?
Yeah, but
Wear a
I
cap.
think you have to pick a fight in a bar with some anti-Semite. It's very important. Like the Temple bar. The Temple bar. It's a famous bar over there. What's it called in Dublin? If you didn't pick a bar fight in Dublin, you haven't lived.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty cool.
so this guy. So this story was this. They rented 3 pools. We rented like a little bit for one night. We rented. I think it was. It was a hot springs. I know something like that. I don't remember exactly, but they set it up that there were 3 different pools. There was a men's pool for the rabbis, a girls' pool for like the 4 madrichot, and the big pool was for the boys and the girls to chill in, Or you could be with us. But what happens was, so it was an amazing cool place, like swim up bars in each of the pools. You ever do a swim up bar? I didn't know there were kosher hotels and swim up bars. It's pretty cool. Wow. Okay. But we had the swim up bar in the men's pool, my first time I ever saw such a thing. And what happened was, so there were 2 matrichim and 2 rabbis. There was 4 of us in the pool. And there were 3 matrichot in the girls' pool, and then there was everybody else, 70 kids. But every single guy in the trip like definitely all the cool ones. They came to chill with the rabbis in the pool, in the rabbi's pool. You know, that was smoking in those days. It was like smoking means cigarettes. I know today it means a whole different thing, but so all the cool guys came to sit with us in the pool, and I told the guys, I said, you can't. And what happened was the pools were connected by there were like bridges that went. There was whatever in front of our pool. I don't remember the layout, but I remember the story. There was a pool, and then connecting the pools. Like over our pool was a bridge that went from the other pool to the other pool, like maybe from the main pool to the place where there was food, or whatever. There was some big bridge like a walking bridge, not like a real bridge, like a walking bridge that was like 20 feet high, right over our pool. And like I told the guys, I chaffed already what was happening. All the guys are here. I said, you don't realize you guys are torturing the girls. They came all the way here. They spent most of their time before the trip was probably picking out the bathing suit that they're going to parade around in front of the guys, and you're robbing them of the one opportunity. They waited a whole trip for this. So like, I want you to be here and be from, but I see how much pain you're causing these girls. And I said, you realize, I told this one guy that was with me, like the main guy, I said, you know why you have to go to yeshiva? Because a few guys left, whatever. They came up to hang out with the rabbis, but they couldn't control themselves to go back where the girls were, you know. So, but the serious guys, they chaffed that it was a whole different level where we were, so they stayed. I told the guys, you know why you have to go to yeshiva? Because in the next 20 minutes, every single girl on this trip, even the ones that you think are higher class, is going to find a reason to walk over that bridge. And they're all going to get stuck somewhere in the middle of the bridge, like stop and like have a phone call, or like they're going to find an excuse to stop in the middle of the bridge, like turn around, look back, walk halfway, They don't want to walk across the bridge in 8 seconds. That's not enough time to be looked at. So they're going to have to find, I said, every single girl on the trip is going to do this. And if you don't go to yeshiva, that's going to be your daughter. You're going to have daughters who are parading over bridges, so some guy is going to look at them. And that's your world. And you have to choose now. Like, when the trip's over, you decide what you want life to look like. And we sit there, and I finished it like that little speech, and within 3 minutes, the first 2 girls walked over, and we forgot something, you know, like you get halfway across the bridge. What?
You paid the girls.
No, that's how the world works. Like once I say it, you'll realize that you could call it yourselves. You don't need to be a genius. You just have to have thought about these things once. Once I say it, it's like duh. It's not even a major call. You can probably think about it now and tell me every move that the girls did to figure out how to delay themselves. Like one of them sitting on the bridge going like, no, come on, like pointing to the wall, like making up crazy excuses why they can stand on the bridge over the guy's pool for more than time it takes to cross it. And for the next half an hour, that's all that happened was girls going across the bridge, and we were sitting there, we were saying, even her, huh? Even her. Like the girls you thought were classier than that.
You use it as an excuse that you could point it out and get a capital.
You know?
The truth is, we couldn't even see. They didn't chop that the railing of the bridge, because their heads were above the railing, so they looked at us perfectly. They don't have that we're seeing them through the railing, and we barely saw anything anyway, you know. But that wasn't part of the schmooze. But
we're gonna edit it out.
Anyways, but this guy went to yeshiva and became from, and he tells people this is the thing that. This story. It's an amazing story.
Love it.
Wow.
Anyways, okay, you can stop it now. We'll do the real share.